Good morning, Miss. We are from MSU CJB. Today we are going to present about our final project. Myself, Sri Rajeswari, and my fellow friends are Durka, Ravi, and Laila. The topic of our final project is impact of social media era towards student state and behavior. This is our content. It's content introduction, literature review, theoretical framework, data collection, and conclusion. Now I'm going to explain the introduction. Background of the research. We are research methodology student from MSUCJB, currently done a research about social media impact on student state and behavior. Within that, we want to study what does mental health, physical health, academic life impact on students. The mental health and physical health are academic life from the subtopic of the main title. Then everybody daily lives are being significantly influenced by social media. We use this as an opportunity to research how social media affect the traits and behavior of academic performance of MSU students. From this research, we get to know how social media impact their daily life and academic life. After that, there are three main independent variables from the main topic. The first one is mental health. Mental health basically about our emotional, psychological, and social well-being are all a part of our mental health, influence our mental health process, emotion, and more. It's about mental health, like if a students are studying, if they use the social media more than their usage, it can affect their mental health. This is the subtopic of the main topic. Second one is physical health. The body regular activities can be referred to as physical health. From this also, we need to know that social media can help can affect their physical health also because they stay here at their house and they didn't want to go out for the play football and badminton, and they didn't want to do their daily activities like their hobby, so it can make their physical health effect. Other than that, academic life, the core issues of purpose, academic freedom, and governance that recur frequently in higher education and provide serious obstacles to the independence. Social media also impact the academic life, like if they want to do the TikTok live or Instagram, they like to spend time to study in house. After that, the problem from the research. This is the problem we get to know from the research. We come up with the idea to analyze the impact of the social media era toward MSU, as therefore we observe the different pattern of factors that lead to student academic. If example we get to research about the students, one student have one problem, another student have another problem. So there are different perspective of problem each to each students. Science students are at the core of learning process, a study tailored to their motivation. From this research, we can motivate them to avoid the problems and help them to come over with a good way. And strategies and factor in their learning is a perspective as a students. From this, they can know this affect their studies life, so they can move on and they can focus on studies from using the social media. The research objective of our project is to investigate the social media usage problems on physical health, mental health, and academic life that impact students' traits and behavior. Research question is number one, does social media usage affect the student's state and behavior in MSU? The second one is, does physical health is important to students' trait and behavior in MSU? And the last one is, do academic lifestyle have impact on students' trait and behavior? This is significance of the research. The first one is being physically healthy may help students achieve more in academic. Students that are physically active typically perform better in school terms of grades, attendance, and cognitive ability. Exercise and physical activity can enhance students' health. This is the point on. We want to explain about physical health is most important to students to perform in their academic life. And second one is mental health is the key point for students' happiness. According to positive psychology researcher, long-term happiness appear to be influenced by mental stability. We also get to know mental health is very important in student life because if they happy only, they can perform well in their studies. If their mental health is affected, they can't focus clearly on their studies, so this make their grades and pointer low. And the third one is better knowledge about social media can lead to successful future for students. Provide students an endless supply of helpful information that can assist them with their learning and assignments. So other than we know mental health and physical health, better knowledge about social media, this can help them in academic life. We know that Google platform helps students to know more about their education other than they're using as Instagram social medias, so they can search Google or search as scholars to know more articles and studies more about their academic. After this, this is literature review of our article. We got research from 9 articles. The first article is the effect of e-learning towards students' learning interest and pandemic COVID era in rural area. And a second article about impact of social media on students, positive or negative. And a third article is the impact of social media era used toward the physiological well-being of university students. The fourth article is impact of social media website overuse on mental well-being of medical students. And fifth article about social media use and sexual behavior of undergraduate students in Nigerian university. And sixth article is about behavior of students on social media sites and the Hawaiian context. The seventh article is the impact of personality traits and social media use and engagement and overview. And the eighth article is impact of social media on learning behavior for sustainable education evidence of students. And the ninth article is about understanding students' behavior in online social network a system literature review. We got a research about 9 articles of our topic to get to know the problem, the overview, the perspective. From these 9 articles only, we got complete our research. Now, my fellow friend Durka will continue her part. Go ahead, Durka.
Thank you, Seri. Now we want to know about formation of the theoretical of conceptual framework of the study, which is first one is for the dependent variable. Dependent variable of our final project title is Social Media Era Towards Student Trade and Behavior. And the article related to the dependent variable is the impact of social media use towards the psychological well-being of university students. We get to know that social media marketing use as a favorable direct effect on students' mental health. That's why we came up with the DV because of all the 9 articles, but these 2 articles are most relatable. And the second one is impact of social media websites overuse on mental well being of students. And we found out that there is a strong correlation of time spent on social media with the mental well-being of medical students. Next, I move to the independent value. Seri has stated there 3 of the independent values, but I want to explain it in detail. So for the first independent value is mental health. Mental health is influences students rapidly, which is they use the social media over, so it affects their mental health. So it increasing students and the anxiety and depression in their lives. They trust everyone they met in social media and let their mental to be ruined. They trust blindly the strangers and let them to ruin their mental health. And the article which is related to the independent value one is social media use and sexual behavior of undergraduate students in a Nigerian university. This study explained sexual behavior can develop into a student life when he or she is addicted using the social media for watching pornography or inappropriate pictures. Students send their inappropriate pictures to strangers they met online and they trust blindly, as I said before, to stay connected with them without being aware. And the independent variable too is physical health. So social media has been associated with poor physical health among college students. That's why we came up with the physical health independent variable to check out among the MSU students. So students who use social media excessively found out to have somatic symptoms like headaches, back pains, over tension, depression, all. And the article related to the independent variable two is behavior of students on social media sites, the Ghanaian context. This study explained about acceptable and unacceptable behavior students engaged in on social media sites, and the students use smart devices to spread sexually explicit messages, pictures, and videos all over the world. It improves their physical health to be spoiled because they would feel shame, guilty, and hate towards their body when it comes to sexual bullies. They sometimes will attempt to suicide also. This could lose a lot of lives. Then we move to independent variable 3, academic life. Social media is the online communication channels dedicated to interaction, collaboration, e-learning purposes. So it provides students with the ability to get more useful information they use for their study purposes. And the article related to the third independent variable is the effect of e-learning towards students' learning interest at pandemic COVID-19 era in rural area. This study shows e-learning has been believed to be an effective learning media. Pandemic COVID-19 is really having huge impact for people around the world unexpectedly in educational field. Then the theoretical framework for impacts of social media towards MSU students, traits and behavior. We look at the framework now. So for the left side, we have a DB, only one DB for one research. So our DB is impact of social media towards MSU student traits and behavior. So for the right side, we have three independent variable. Independent variable is changeable. So we have chosen three independent variable that we have stated before. First one is mental health, IV1. Second, physical health, IV2. And the third one is academic life, IV3. So my last part is about hypothesis. First, independent variable 1, mental health. So for the null hypothesis, there is no significant relationship between mental health and impacts of social media towards MSU student trait and behavior. For the alternative hypothesis, there is a significant relationship between mental health and impacts of social media towards MSU students trait and behavior. For the independent variable 2, which is physical health, same goes like mental health. Null hypothesis is there is no significant relationship between physical health and effects of social media towards MSc student and trait and behavior. And for the alternative hypothesis, there is a significant relationship between physical health and impact of social media towards MSc student and trait and behavior. For the last independent variable, academic life hypothesis, which is null hypothesis, there is no significant relationship between academic life and impacts of social media towards MSc student traits and behavior. And for the alternative hypothesis, there is a significant relationship between academic life and impacts of social media towards MSc students' traits and behavior. That's all from me. Next, I pass to my another friend. Thank you.
Thank you to my friend Durga. So this is my part, which is the last part for the research methodology, which is I'm doing the data collection, and we are doing the data collection method. So as all of my friends had did their research and our article research before this, then we are proceed with our interview, which is from our interview, we can know and analysis how students react and reply to our interview session with them about the social media impact to their mental and physical health, and also with their academic life. And not only that, they also give their opinions and their interview in the negative and positive aspects. Next is social media mostly have a good impact for students, as for our students, I mean our friends that replied to the interview, they said that social media have a good impact for them, and if they use it in a nice and wise way. Not only that, we are interviewed the MSU students from every background of studies, which is some of them are from the diploma students and some of them are from the degree students. And they are also a very excellent students, which is some of them are deanly students, and a good time to know them. So they know how to manage their important time for studies and also for social media. And also, some of them are famous one in the social media, content creator, and they are very active in social media, but they maintain to control their studies and also their social media use with in a nice way. So my friend Seri, she already did for 3 interview, which is 3 MSU students, and Julka also did a 3 interview with 3 MSU students, and me, I'm doing a 3 interview with 3 MSU students, and from all of our interview, we got like 90% of the students agree with the social media have a good impact towards them if they use it in a very nice way, in a brilliant way. And that's not only that, we can see that they are good in using social media in every aspect for the studies and also for their experience and everything. They can gain new knowledge, and that's a good thing to know for this interview. And to summarize for our article, for our research methodology, we are going to the conclusion. So yeah, for the conclusion, to our research methodology, we can see that from our IV, which is we have 3 independent variable: mental health, physical health, and academic life at MSU. We can see that the interview are really well, and every students have the negative and positive aspect. Most of them give mention that social media have a good impact towards the students of MSU. And 90% of the respondents are agreed with our independent variable to support our dependent variable. And last but not least is we recommend for the future researcher to do a research on how many university students choose to study in full-time or part-time mode. So that's all from us. Thank you very much, Miss.
Thank you, Miss,
Thank
for
you.
lending your ears on our presentation.
Thank you, everyone.